So who's up here this morning? Good morning, gang. Some of you have learned about our new routine, Wednesday, Thursdays. Okay, there's the end of the main Octopus speech here. There's still another box to go later. Did I enjoy? Oh my, yes and no. Yes and no, yes and no. Supposed to have a 2-day weekend. I was supposed to be there. I went out late Monday night. First problem was that Monday we were really busy in the shop in the afternoon, so I couldn't leave in the midday. I had to wait till late in the evening. I got out only around midnight, but anyway, no problem. So I was supposed to stay there Tuesday and Wednesday. Problem was Tuesday was okay, but during Tuesday we got a bunch of party reservations for Wednesday back in the shop, and we got a cancellation by one of the staff, leaving just 2 staff members for Wednesday. So that was no go. I can't just leave the kids like that. It's not fair to the kids, and it's not fair to the customers. So I wrote a letter on Monday to another staff member asking, on Tuesday rather, I wrote a letter Tuesday morning to another staff member asking if she could fill in, and got no response. So that was it. Wednesday morning I had to get on the train and come to work. Rush hour. Sashi Buddy, haven't done that in ages. And I get here and I find out that that other staff member got my email and came into work. Problem is she didn't tell me that, so I didn't know she was going to be here. Anyway, it was a crazy, crazy busy day. It's just as well I should have been here. This is thrown into question now, my whole idea, the whole concept of being able to take 2 days a week off over there. I should have done this back in June and July when it really was quiet. And now, unfortunately, just when I start doing this, the place is jumping again. We were sold out for parties yesterday. Tons of people in. Register ran over 300,000 yen. So I don't know. It looks like my idea of taking 2 days off every week might not be practical. So maybe that's it. Head out there Monday night late, do the salary on things, head out there Monday night late, spend Tuesday out there, and come back in Wednesday morning with the rest of the commuters. And I should have thought of this earlier. I should have done this in June and July. I mean, I didn't get the idea. Oops. Talking too much. We just lost the tip for a knife. Long, big break. How did I do that? I came around here. I must have broken it just as let's see if we can find the piece. The piece must be in here. There it is, it's in there. Let's dig it out. That's a big chunk gone off this blade. It's magnetic now. It's too bad because I don't really want to sharpen right now because I'm doing rough work. So I think what I might do, if you guys close your eyes and promise not to look for a minute, I think I'll just keep carving at the moment on the broken knife. Because what we're doing is just chopping away this borderline. And after doing the rough work, I will sharpen, and then of course the brand new sharpened knife will be ready for carving the calligraphy. So close your eyes and pretend you're not seeing this. See what I'm getting at here? The lines I'm cutting right now are irrelevant. They're just hacking away wood. And the broken knife actually, because we're looking at a piece back from the tip, the broken knife actually is really, really sharp. It's sharp in sharpness, it's not sharp in angle. It's not sharp and angle, so you can't get in there and get those triangles out to try and cut like this. 1, 2, 3. And the piece doesn't come out, of course, because the bottom part, because the tip of the knife is broken, the bottom part doesn't pop out. Oh, nobody here, not much conversation. Papers out, yes, thank you very much. Papers out for Ade-chan, Suga-san, and Ishikawa-san. And they have been having trouble with the temperature, with the heat. Suga-san has been doing 2 separate prints simultaneously. She's doing JJ9 and Fox Moon prints simultaneously. And the reason is the JJ9, it's a Shinaga print, so it's got layered color. After putting on one flat color base, you can't work on the same paper right away. It's too wet and soggy. So she puts that aside, works on print number 2, does an image, a color layer on there, brings it back, does it number 1. But the problem is, because of this, the printing for any given print takes twice as long. So instead of 1 week, whatever, it becomes 2 weeks. And we talked about this with her over a month ago, that she's got to really be careful with this, because the longer you take for any given print, the more danger there is of mold coming. And that's what struck her last week, and it looks like, it's not quite clear yet, I haven't had a chance to inspect them, but it looks like she may have lost her entire batch of Fox Moon prints, 80 prints, and she was almost finished. And I told her. Instead of working on 80 sheets, you got to split it in half. Do 40 at a time, run to finish, and then do the other 40, or do it even more. Do 20, 24 times. And printers really don't want to do that, because once you've got your color mixed and you're printing a color, you want to go through to the end and finish it, of course, instead of flipping to another block and putting your colors aside and all that stuff. So she really hasn't wanted to do it the way we were suggesting to her. Do it in smaller batches, run to the end and dry them. Then go back to the beginning, start again with another smaller batch, run to the end and dry them. It's really troublesome. And she took a gamble and didn't do it. And now she's lost all 80 sheets, it seems. And we're going to have an interesting conversation about how much she's going to get paid for this, or not. trying to avoid the use of the formaldehyde. Most of the other printers downtown, the older guys, and myself too, out in Ome years ago, 20, 25 years ago, I used to use formaldehyde. It was called, the formulation we've got is formalin, and it's some kind of solution of formaldehyde. And since we started Mokohankan, we don't use that here. We don't want stuff like that up in the printer's room when we're working with young girls. Some of them turn out to be pregnant and stuff like this, so we don't use that stuff. And the way about combating mold is simply we use the refrigerator at night, try and keep the batches small, and try and get jobs done before they have a chance to get moldy. And they pushed the envelope this time, Subasan and Achan, and they both, I think, got some moldy prints. She was crying up there the other day, absolutely crying. After spending so much time on the text, do we intend to sell prints without the text? Yes, of course, of course. Of course. I think it looks kind of bare. The sample printing I've done so far, the non-text version does look bare. But whatever, it's no consequence to me, so we'll easily print some with it and without it if there's demand. If it turns out we tried and there's no demand at all, then whatever, we'll just fold that tent, doesn't matter. The joke could be on me that we'll put it up on the website with both versions, with text and without, and nobody will order the with text version. And I've spent these last few months doing this for nothing. I don't think that's the way to go, but it's certainly possible. This is bad wood grain down at this corner of the block, you know. You never get a block that's the same grain all the way across. This is really rough, back and forth, fuzzy grain. This is an awful corner. I'm going to curve this next part, the young Octopus's speech there. It's going to be awful. The finished one will be okay because they're fine lines. If it was a color block, it would be trouble. But it's really, look at this, it's just splitting away. Fuzziness here. Can't be helped. But other than the problem of having to come home from Ome early, it was great. I got lots and lots of work done. Tuesday, I really got a ton of work done. Kept the Wi-Fi turned off most of the day. I spent a bunch of the morning there, Tuesday morning, trying to learn some new software. I'm trying to figure out an effective way of organizing written material, you know, preparing chapters and stuff like this. And just writing bare text files and trying to paste them back and forth and stuff like that. It's not efficient at all. So I tested out a couple of word processor type programs. not word processors, what do they call them? Organizers, you know, you can put notes in place with sort of chapter notes and memos and try and organize your work for writing research papers or books or stuff like this. The software I was testing was something called Scrivener. I nearly gave up because it just seemed like too complicated. So many features, but I ended up using it. I bought a copy and so I'm struggling with that, trying to use that to organize my thoughts for this new project. So Dave has become a Scrivener. Okay, roughly cut away. Let's get that sharpening done and move along to the final carving. Oh, you guys are quiet today. Good, good, good. Now we've got a ton of metal to cut off here. I wonder, you know, too, I know, as I mentioned yesterday, Monday, I think I did a sharpening on Monday and I mentioned it, we're getting now towards the end of the blade. And just as with the tip of the blade, remember we had trouble with this blade back at the tip, it broke and broke and broke all the time. And it could be, let's have a look here. It could be because we're getting towards the end of it. And we've still got a way to go. I can't see the maker's stamp. The maker puts his stamp on this one. It's a number 5. The stamp must be just about, I think, there underneath there. So the maker puts his stamp on the parts of the blade you don't use. So we've got here, I guess, about a centimeter left. So it would be a bit too soon for this to be happening. But usually once you get towards the end of the blade, this is the part that the guy, you know, when they're tapping it on the anvil, they tap, 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 bang, 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 tap, 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 heat it up, tap, 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 bang, bang, bang. And the very tip area gets ignored sometimes. And of course, the area where they're holding it, at some point, they run out of, tapping zones. So the last few millimeters or so are usually no good. It has no strength at all. And I was thinking just now that maybe we're getting to that zone, but I don't think so. We should have another nearly a centimeter left to go on this. So that breakage maybe is just me being careless. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If I sharpen it, breaks again, and sharpen it, breaks again, that'll be the time to just give up on this one. A lot of metal has to come off here this one because that was a big break. Yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah. That's one strong stone and one very small blade, so it's easy to rip a lot of metal away really quickly. That's a bug and a feature. It's a feature because you can really get through this quickly, but it's a bug in that when you're a beginner and you don't know what you're doing, 1 or 2 or 3 strokes at the wrong angle can destroy all your work. So. Nice. You're saying storage of wood blocks. Are you talking about the wood blocks or the prints, you mean? Long-term storage and display. You're talking about the prints, are you? Oh, it's a difficult question. You know, woodblock prints are they're pieces of paper with color smeared on them, and they you know, one point of view is they don't last all that long in terms of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. The more you expose them to light and hang them on a wall or whatever, the more that the pigments are going to fade a bit, somewhat. Our modern prints are made with pretty strong pigments, but they do fade. On my desk in Ome yesterday, there was a catalog from a company down in Tokyo, an auction catalog. They make their own little catalog and put stuff out and send it around. And they had an image of a Jacqueline print in there, Paul Jacqueline print. And it would have been one that was published, I guess, I don't know exactly, 1950s, I don't remember. One of the really, really nice ones, the Chinese series. 1940s, 1950s, I don't know. And it was nearly white. You could see it around the edge where it had been under a mat. The colors were vivid and bold, the outside few centimeters of the print. And inside the rest of it, it was almost without exaggeration, almost just white, nothing left but the black lines. It had obviously been in a frame in a place where direct sunlight was really on it all the time. And that print just got bleached. We were back to white paper with a few smears on it. And if that print had been held in a portfolio somewhere, it would still be okay. So there's a bit of a contradiction. You know, people buy these things to hang on a wall and show, and yet that will kill them much, much, much faster. You know, we have a good bunch of Meiji era prints in here for sale, and I really have mixed feelings about what we're doing with this by selling these things, because the reason they've survived so well since the Meiji era is because clearly they've been stuck in a drawer somewhere and never looked at, rarely looked at. And we're displaying them here to Westerners who are going to go home and put them in a frame, and bang, down they go. We talk to the customers here about this. You know, when you're buying a modern print from our own stuff, you're buying a Ukiyo Heroes print that we make, the pigments are fairly strong. It'll survive being exposed in a normal room environment. But when you buy one of the Meiji era prints from us, or Edo era prints, it's a different animal. There's no easy answers. My own prints, none of them are on display. All my own personal prints are in portfolios. They sit there. The only time they get looked at is when they get looked at. You bring them out and have a look and show somebody and have a cup of coffee and talk about this. And then they go away to sleep for years again until somebody remembers that they're there. So it's kind of a paradox. The more you look at them, the longer, the shorter the life will be. It's like a candle, whatever. Don't use it, it'll last a long time. Use it, and it gets shorter. The meaning of life. Okay, no, the whetstone. The stone next to me here is not in water. Well, if you've seen videos of me back in Ome, before I used the steel stones, I was using, stones. And the deal, if you've got natural stones, you cannot leave them in water. If you've got a natural stone, you leave it in water, you come back in the morning, you may have a lump of mud at the bottom of your pool. You cannot leave many natural stones in water. You moisten them at the time you were using them. That's all. That's what I'm doing right here. 2 of these stones are steel, moisten it, use it, dry it off. The 3rd stone is a natural stone. Moisten it, use it, dry it off. Some of the newer artificial stones, they're really strong, they're bonded with amazing glues. You can leave them underwater all the time, and that's easy. They're ready to use. You pull up in the water, slice, throw it back in the water. But if you don't know what your stone is, or you don't know what you're doing, do not leave it underwater. The final one here, I wet it on demand and I dry it off. Yeah, Adachi sells prints in frames. That's their whole, that's their modus operandi. You know, so you can look at it, it's a consumable product. Somebody buys it, puts it in a frame, enjoys it on the wall, and it will gradually fade and die away. Yeah, like John's talking about here, the modern prints, those reproductions, 2,000 or 3,000 yen, 70s Hiroshige reproduction. John, you're a little bit in the past there. You're living in the past. 70s reproduction for 2,000 yen. 3,000 yen was the price for all the years I was buying prints down in Jimbocho and stuff like that. The typical reproductions from the 60s/70s, the standard price for all of them was 3,000 yen for an Oban reproduction. Utamoto Bijinga or Hiroshige Tokaido or Hokusai, Mount Fuji, whatever. 3,000 yen was the standard price for those reproductions, for one in decent condition. That is history. There's so much demand now. There's still pretty good supply. Those things were sold in very large quantities. So there's still pretty good supply, but the days of 3,000 yen high quality reproductions are now over. I'm paying nearly that much down at the Koshokai, the Dealers Association. For good copies now, I'm paying over 2,000 yen for anything at the bottom end of the scale. There's no way I can pay 2,000 yen for a print and run a shop here in a high rent district like this and sell it for 3,000 yen. It's just no way. The dealers back then must have been buying them for just, hundreds of yen, a couple of hundred yen each or something. People would bring in the sets up the stairs. I saw this many times when I was in Yamada Shoten or Harashobo or whatever. This is back in the 1980s or so. I'd be there shopping myself, browsing the stuff. And almost every time you were there, this would happen. Somebody would come up the stairs with a package of prints, dump them on the counter. The shops used to do what was called kai tori. They will buy stuff, you bring stuff in and they will buy it from you. And they just paid laughable prices. This stuff just had no value. And the kid who had brought it up the stairs, he didn't really know what it was. His grandfather had died or something, a set of prints that had been bought, decades ago. And many of them were foxed. So the dealer, the guy just behind the counter, would just offer a couple of thousand yen for a set of 30, 40, 50 prints. The kid would pocket it, away you go. So the dealer could afford to sell them and still make good profit. He could afford to sell them at 3,000 yen. Those days are gone. Lots of reasons. The internet has destroyed the kai tori business. People now don't take it to dealers to sell. We've never, ever in the Sasaksa shop had somebody bring prints in the door for us to buy. That's just not the way it's done anymore. When anybody finds something in their house that granddad had or whatever, they just put it on Yahoo Auctions. And there we go, the tip of the knife just disappeared again, the very tip. Look at that, I wasn't misusing it. Just a gentle stroke. The tip disappeared. I wonder if we're at the end of the line for this knife. Let's dig it out. You saw me, I wasn't abusing this, right? I just gently made a stroke there and it cracked off. Where's the piece? We got to get the piece out, otherwise it'll break the knife again after I sharpen. There's Cameron's shall we? There's Cameron. Just at a bad time. I just broke the knife again. Second time this morning.
Ooh. So I have to talk to them to distract them while you sharpen it again?
Well, I think it's probably because I was talking to them. I was distracted. I don't think so. The first time I broke it, I was doing the wide clearing, so I was jamming a bit too hard. I get it. But this time I was actually in the middle of a very careful, smooth stroke.
Oh.
We're getting to the end of the blade, and it's the same problem. Remember, you heard me at the beginning of the blade, there was lots of breakage before you got to the central core of it.
Right. That's here at the weak
now
point.
We're maybe at the weak point at the end, maybe so. I hope not, because it looks like there's a full centimeter of blade left, but we're going to run.
We've got bottles too.
Ah, soka.
Good morning.
Yush. It's about half as big. I took about 1 millimeter off it last time. It's a big chip.
Oh, yeah.
It's about half as much this time. Okay. I know, I was careful.
Dun dun dun. Busy day down in the shop yesterday.
Yes. Yeah. Well, of course, plus the online stuff.
Right.
If you're looking at the total, that includes the online stuff.
Yeah.
So,
No, but that just means you came in and then you didn't have a chance to sit down and talk or anything.
It was good that I came back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure thinking for next week. Can I really do this?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I really do this? I don't know. I should have done this back in June and July
when it was quieter. Yeah.
But I didn't really think about it.
Yeah.
I might have missed my chance.
Did you have a good weekend?
I got a ton of stuff done Tuesday. Yeah, ton of stuff. And what I did was actually, I was chatting with about this on the street this morning. I've been using simple text files, just starting a text file, dumping the ideas down, closing it, opening a text file, dumping, and it's just becoming chaos. So I looked around for software that helps you organize your ideas.
Yeah.
Like index cards and chapters and all that kind of stuff. I've never used anything like that before. I've just done it on my own.
Scrivener, I think.
Yeah, I went for Scrivener.
Oh, that's the one you did? Okay, cool.
Yeah. But whatever, they have a tutorial, and I got about 15 minutes in and said, give me a break, get out of here, just too much. You need a degree to just use this.
Yeah.
So I threw it away. And in the afternoon, I was still getting so frustrated with these text files. I thought, okay, Dave, just
try again.
Try this and whatever, It's funny, I'm 67, and, if you go back 20, 30 years with the early computers, I just couldn't wait to get my hands on new software.
Right.
Don't dare read the instructions. I got to figure out how to use this and learn this and dig in. And it was fun.
Right.
And now it's not fun anymore. It's just, oh crap, I don't want the learning curve.
Yeah.
The learning curve used to be fun. Now for me, learning curves are a hassle and a hurdle. And I guess it's age or whatever.
Yeah.
How was your learning curve? Learning to use the Mocha software. I should have been a bit more.
The curve is like this. Mine was more like a brick wall.
Sorry about that.
That I've been
it wasn't
climbing.
Consumer-facing software, was it? So
No, it was only Dave-facing software.
Yeah. I hope I didn't yell at you too much. I don't think I whatever. So anyway, I reloaded it.
Yeah.
I had actually.
You had uninstalled it. You just got rid of it.
Give me a break. Yeah. It's like throwing your shoe at the wall, whatever. So.
That's how I've been feeling about the printer, but but it worked. We got it worked out. Anyway, so you reinstalled it, and
I reinstalled it, and what I decided to do is, Dave, just don't worry about all those other features. Just forget it. Don't worry about that.
Do the things you're going to
make a bunch of
for.
index cards. Click, dump the IDs in, copy paste, and just that's all. Just don't pretend the rest isn't there. Forget the menus and all that stuff.
You don't need 500 other features.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
For the funny thing is, I now have something called Scrivener 2 on my computer, so I think I hadn't really uninstalled it properly.
Oh, no.
The second time, but it's now, it brings it, when it menus up, say Scrivener 2. Okay.
There's number 1.
Okay. So it's probably going to bite me back in it. I'll get all this stuff in there and it'll crash because of what I've done, you know, so I'll lose my files, whatever. So. But yeah, I got to answer the question, long story short, I got a ton of work done.
Cool.
The big step was I got some organization done in this.
Yeah.
Where am I?
The first
going?
time
What
was
am I
dumping
trying to do?
ideas.
Yes.
This
Well,
time
I'm still
it's
dumping, but a little bit now I can see the shape.
sewing them together.
Yeah.
Cool.
And there's 3 potentially different projects, and at the moment I'm not even sure what project I'm working on, but it doesn't matter. I'm bucketing it at the moment. So
Cool.
it may be a video about something, it may be book A, it may be book B. I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. Cool. Think about that later.
Do you want to share any details or not really?
No. As you know, I sort of, when we were having lunch a couple of weeks ago, I brain dumped some stuff. And because I had no clear ideas in my own mind, when I tried to explain something to you, I quickly ran into a wall.
I was
and you
confused.
can't. So, of course. And this is trying to explain something to somebody else is a great way to figure, do you really know what you're talking about?
Yep.
And in that particular case, because I didn't, obviously your face was just like,
the answer was not yet.
I need to call the guys in the white coat. So, but that tells you, okay, get your own ideas clarified.
Yeah.
And so trying to explain to somebody is a really good test rat. So I'm sorry you were the guinea pig there.
Oh, that's
Excuse me.
okay. Not at all.
That's why I can talk so easily in the shop here about the print stuff, because that knowledge is internalized over a lifetime.
Yeah.
So I'm totally okay. I can, without any planning, I can tell any number of stories and stuff about and explain about woodblock prints because I know it.
Yeah.
So trying to explain the meaning of life, it's not internalized yet. I'm almost there, but not internalized yet.
Got it.
So whatever, we'll just let it. We'll just let it ride. See what happens.
Sounds good. Just flip the block.
The stone.
The stone, yeah. Talking about the Olympics being here next year. Someone, Coldy Spark says, isn't it like 500 degrees at that time of year in Tokyo? There you go. Yeah, 450
It is. And this is no worse than what they've done with the World Cup, going to, where is it going to? I don't know, Qatar, is it?
Yeah.
At least here in Japan, we're not killing construction workers. Yeah, I don't know. You can blame Tokyo about this, or you can blame the idea of having a Summer Olympics. I mean, where is it going to go? You can hold it in August in New Zealand, and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
A Summer Olympics is a Summer Olympics. Now, why were these problems not evident in the 60s and 70s and 80s? And of course they were, but nowadays the social consciousness is different.
Yeah. That sounds like this is a new person asking, is Dave planning any Olympics prints? I just tuned into your work, so no.
Well, you can't do that because those people jump on your copyrights and stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't be seen to do anything that trades on the Olympics.
Yeah.
The classic example there in Vancouver, they still talk about it. I heard somebody talking about it when I was there last time. We had lunch at a place called the Olympia, or the Olympic restaurant or something, Olympia. They've been there since the year dot.
Yeah.
Like they were established in 1890 or something. I have no idea what it is. It's a long established. And in Greece, there's a place called Mount Olympus.
Yeah.
These guys have picked up on that name. And that's been here since Greek times.
Yeah.
And I guess when the Olympics came to town in Vancouver, they got the letter from the IOC, shut down or whatever. I don't know the details of the story, but the community went nuts and rallied behind these people. Yeah. And I guess they got through it. There was lawsuits and all kinds of stuff. And I guess
we've been here forever.
Yeah.
Leave us alone.
Yeah, leave it alone. I believe this was a happy ending to that story.
Okay. That's good. Yeah. Not even anything sports related. And I was just going to say what Vivid KP said. Sign up for Japan Journey. Print number 2 has a skier.
Well, for us, the Olympics really are looking like it's going to be pretty much a headache all around.
Yeah.
So there will be a ton of people in town for those weeks. There will be a bigger ton of people who don't come because of the disruptions. I think we'll see how it plays out. Mm-hmm. But regardless of whether the head count is higher or lower, the disruptions are going to be stunning.
Yeah.
already. Street closings are all planned and worked out. Freeways are going to be closed 8 o'clock in the morning till midnight so that the athletes can get their buses to the venues.
Yeah.
It's going to be a traffic and logistics nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a print with a fisherman too. It's our Olympic series.
Please. I tell you how there was a story in my newspaper that I read on the train coming back from Oma yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
There's an outfit in Tokyo called Times Parking. It's a little parking lot. It's whether it's the same Times people that run the convenience stores now.
Yeah.
But anyway, Times.
Yeah, but Times, there are quite a few of those. We've got some out by my house too. Yeah.
The restrictions they've been given their list of rules and restrictions for their parking lots in any area that is remotely near an Olympic venue.
Huh.
The normal deal is you run your car in there, click the thing, put your money in the thing, buy for two, and the little wheel bollard comes up, you can't get out. Yeah. They've been told that during the Paris Olympics and X months before and X months after, a single rental per day is all that'll be permitted. They can't rent by the hour, by the half hour during the day. 1 day only rental. Wow. So what they're looking at is some Olympics judge, whatever, is going to drive a car and park for the day and go home at night. Yeah. And they're not going to be allowed to do hourly or half hour or 2 hour rentals during the day. So which means, of course, those parking lots will be, for the most part, empty during the day.
Yeah.
Huh. And I don't know. So these guys are the authorities are so afraid of screwing up that they're desperately thinking of how to make rules to manage the thing, to avoid any possible conflicts or whatever. Like they don't want cars lining up outside those parking lots to get in. Yeah. So the deal is make the parking lot so that you can only come in the morning and not during the day. That's their solution to that perceived problem. Interesting. So there will be no lineups on that street. Good. So problem solved. Yeah. At the cost of empty parking lot.
Yeah. Ruining the businesses for weeks. Yeah.
Whenever you've got people who regulate stuff and they're faced with the threat of you didn't regulate this properly and now all this chaos, they don't want to get blamed when it comes down. And I would be doing the same thing in the same position. Yeah. You do anything so that you're not going to be the one who gets blamed when it goes wrong in that time. Yeah. So you over-regulate, of course. You try and think of everything possible that could go wrong, and you regulate it out of existence. Mm-hmm. And it's happening at every level, from freeways down to you name it. Yeah. Because we're running a tourist-facing business here, we ourselves have no choice. We're just going to have to get busy and work around it. Yeah. But my choice would be just to get on an airplane and get out of here, get out of something. Yeah. I can't see the screen here, can I? So I don't know where.
Yeah, that looks great. Move just a little bit, yeah. Someone says they should do what Sydney did and just increase the cost of parking lots everywhere to drive away.
Well, was that a regulated issue or was it a market issue?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like hotel rooms and stuff, whatever.
And then angry face, and they didn't decrease it after the Olympics. Okay. Sounds like a market decision.
No, I'm jawing here about something. It's a hugely difficult problem. People that are in a position of authority have been given this thing, solve these problems before they happen. And I get it. It's a hugely difficult problem. I shouldn't be so cynical about this. If I were the person in charge about it, I would have no better, list of solutions than this. So it's just, this is what you get when 1 billion people all decide to do the same thing at the same time in some area. So I shouldn't be so sarcastic about this. I'm sorry. We're just going to hunker down and try and get through it as best we can. I sleep here, so I'm okay. I won't be going anywhere.
You're not traveling too much.
But we'll have print party reservations, and are the people going to show up? And are they going to show up on time? Yeah. No idea. So by then, maybe we should be switched to a payment in advance system. So it's just we shrug our shoulders. If they don't come, they don't come. No. I don't know.
Take deposits! John Becker's yelling in all caps with 5 exclamation points at the end, I think.
They're seriously under consideration, sir. Yeah. Seriously under consideration. That helps us at our end. I'm not sure if it helps the consumers who don't always know where they're going to be and what they're going to be doing 3 months in advance when they come to Japan. So we've been trying to maintain a system that's as consumer-friendly and flexible as possible. And it's hurt us. And sometimes in that when we get no shows, we lose financially. overall it hasn't been a deal killer for us. The no-shows are still relatively few and far between.
Yeah.
Still, at the moment. So we'll see. We talked about this before. Last autumn we had a bunch of them, and it was a severe problem for us. This spring we instituted a better system of reminding people that the parties were coming up.
Yeah.
Meaning Dave simply did what he was supposed to be doing all the way along, but then we don't have to go there. And it cut no-shows dramatically.
Yeah.
I'm really nervous about this blade, you know. I'm going to go really, really, really
Gently.
carefully for the next little while. So the carving you are about to watch.
Yeah. Have you seen Jed's email this morning?
Jed's email this morning. I talked to Jed
Just-
on Skype about 6 o'clock. In fact, my alarm went
Oh,
off.
at 6:20 is when he sent the email, so just
Yeah,
shortly
we were
after.
finished. We were finished. So
He would
My
like to
alarm-
order some prints from us,
do we
like over 100.
do we have any?
We'll find out.
So God, well, given
Well-
what happened to Sudasan this week, I don't know.
Yeah. Take a look at our inventory and see.
What's over you? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Jed, my alarm went off at 6:02 or something like that.
Okay.
I got to reset it.
Yeah.
And then I staggered up and sat there thinking, Dave, do you want to open and look at the email, or do you just want to head for the shower? I thought I better check and see it's parties. I want to know
Yeah.
what parties are. So I crack open the thing.
Ding, ding,
Crack
ding.
open the thing, checking out, and there's no party reservations for today, which I was thinking, yeah, and I was just about to close it and head for the shower. Being in comes the Skype. Jed's here, I'm not yelling at this. This was the way it worked. So I'm
Just the
sitting
timing
there,
of it.
propped up, and I'm like, my hair is all, and my
Just
I
look
can
up.
barely see, and I'm naked. It doesn't whatever.
Yeah.
And Jed calls, and he wanted to chat about some images for next year's series.
Oh,
It's
cool.
okay.
Okay.
Then he can see I'm still yawning, I'm still staggering. David,
You just woke
I'll
up.
just leave you alone. So he headed out.
Makes sense. Koringami apparently runs cooking classes and said,
Runs cooking class. I think he was a
Yeah.
graphic designer.
me too, but he says, I
Moonlighting,
constantly get
moonlighting.
students who book my cooking classes and don't show up.
Wait. Roll that back just
He's
a
a
minute.
photographer,
Just a
a
minute. Roll this
designer,
back. In different countries to show.
paper maker,
Paper origami. This is
Origami.
a origami.
Yeah, origami.
Look.
and a chef, I guess, or someone who teaches cooking
Explain,
classes.
please.
You do all
Explain,
sorts
please.
of stuff. I do it all, people. He says. Tell us more. Didn't know you do so many different things. It's kind of cool. If there are more no-shows, you can do more Twitch streams, right? Wrong time of day, I think.
Yeah. I mean, also too, we don't know that they're no show until it's like
Yeah.
no shown. And it's also too, it's rare that everybody in the party no shows. We've got like, for example, 2 and 1 and 1 or something.
Yeah.
And the 2 don't come.
Yeah.
But we don't know they're not going to be late. So we wait 5 minutes, we wait 10 minutes, we wait 15 minutes. Are they going to show up? We write an email. They're still not here. After 15 minutes, we got to start it because the next party,
The next group
group's
needs to
gonna
start
come in.
too.
And so now we've missed. We're flying an airplane with 2 empty seats, which we don't get paid for. You know.
Yeah.
The other 2 people are happy because they get more time and attention from our staff, and I'm in the red for that portion of the day. You know.
Yeah.
But by then it's done. The time is still wasted. There's no
Yep.
savings of time to do anything else. I
Yeah.
can't say, oh, good, I think I'll talk to my friends on Twitch.
Yeah.
No connection at all with that.
No.
It's just simply an airplane that flew with 2 empty seats. You know.
Yeah.
Those guys don't allow. I mean, they fly with empty seats, but they don't. If somebody no shows, you bought your ticket, obviously.
Yeah.
They will do anything they can to avoid flying with empty seats. Standby people, or you name it, or whatever, or their software understands when reservations are going to be low and drops prices and stuff like this.
Yeah. Koringami's resume. I changed careers a couple of times. Was an astrophysicist for 10 years, fed up with my PhD, opened a food blog and started catering. The blog brought forth photography, and when that became more important, I started doing cooking classes too. Cool.
Astrophysicist cooking. Are you one of these guys who does cooking with, like, this is a new style of cooking that involves the actual chemistry involved and stuff.
Oh,
Because I forget what it's called. There's a name for it.
I don't
It's been
know.
coming for a long time.
Huh.
There's famous restaurants that do this. They cook as though it was a scientific kitchen in the back.
Interesting.
I forget the name for it. I know
Yeah.
somebody will know what I'm talking about here. I know. making
Instead of a
soup.
gas stove, you just use
Well, it's
burning magnesium or something.
whatever. I don't know, but I mean, the point is the chemical reactions that are happening inside the stuff
Yeah.
are part of the consideration of what they're actually cooking. And the
Molecular gastronomy,
I don't know, I'm sorry.
microgastronomy.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not making this up. There is a thing out there, and there are actually restaurants that practice it. A much more scientific approach to doing the food preparation, because it's the same thing. It's like a chemistry lab, right? Heat and substances and blending and boiling
Yeah.
and blah blah blah.
Yep. Every meal is a science experiment. No. Now, are you a gastrophysicist?
Did you just make that up?
Yeah, I did. Because they're
Type
talking
it in,
about
type it in,
gastronomy.
type it in. So that reminds me, speaking about you.
Uh-oh.
No. The YouTube thing is staggering back into some semblance of order. They say that all the issues are fixed.
Okay.
But the actual real-time views still show stunning whoop, boom, 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 boom,
It's all over the
instead of
place.
curves. They're all on the map. So it's reporting from different kinds of parts of the world aren't getting blended together properly. So we don't have a really accurate view of what's going on. But that video of yours
Is
is
doing
approaching
well.
100,000.
All right. Woohoo!
And it's only been up for 3 weeks.
Cool.
And we've never had something go over 100,000 in under a year before.
Yeah. Wow. Cool. We better make more.
I did the narration.
Yeah, you did all the narration. You also put together everything. It's not only my project. Suga-san's the actress, so she's the main character.
What is the key? Remember we talked about using the word Japan and stuff like that in the title. And what is the actual? What do you think? Because it's not really all that different from a lot of
It's
other.
really not. We've done lots of other production videos. Maybe it is that we mentioned it's part of the Japan Journey series. I don't know.
Well, before Cameron and I uploaded that last video, we looked at a couple of other people who are doing really successful in terms of getting high viewer numbers. Like where we would get 10,000, this guy's getting 1 million, stuff like this. And we think, what's the key to his channel? And we realized that every single one of his videos for the past 2 years, whatever, has had somewhere in the title the word Japan or Japanese.
Yep.
We've had it in tags and stuff like this, but we've never really
In the title,
in the title. And Japan is a hot search term, obviously. It's a hot search term. So we, as an experiment, I forget what we actually had in the conversation. We said, let's put Japan in the title. Mm-hmm. We did, and
there's been a difference.
There's been a difference. So. We're not, hungry and desperate for views. Not totally hungry and totally desperate. And we're not. That's not
one of us definitely doesn't look at it 700 times a day.
You could laugh, but that documentary is gone, and we have
made
to
a
make
big
sure
difference.
we replace it.
Yeah.
And I'm not being There's a meaning behind my madness here, Cameron. I've got to bring people in this door, and the documentary was doing that, and it's now gone.
Bring that up. Japanese woodblock prints from Tokyo, Japan. Just put that in your title. Don't mention. Don't forget to mention.
Made in Tokyo, Japan. Made by Japanese in Tokyo, Japan, and with Japanese pigments.
We were getting pretty ridiculous with stuffing keywords into things. I remember at one point.
Well, we don't.
I mean, just as
so
experimenting,
badly,
brainstorming ideas. I think I erased my list.
We don't SEO our keywords specifically. We just describe what we've made.
Yeah. And that's our problem.
No, we don't do SEO per se at all. That's not even in our vocabulary.
Yeah.
I'm still a believer in the idea that if you just make interesting content, the organic growth will be all you need. Maybe I'm living in the past by saying that, but it's been so far so good. So.
Cool.
I despise the idea of SEO, trying to game the system to help you at the expense of other people.
Especially because the game's rules change every couple of weeks, so it's...
Well, yeah, sure, as they have to, of course, but I just despise the concept, trying to artificially boost this. You're selfish, trying to hurt somebody else and get ahead. It's like pushing somebody out of line and going to the front of the line.
Yeah.
No, just make your content. SEO is genetically selfish.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Number 5 will shock you. Yeah, that's what we've got to do. make it the most obnoxious title.
Clickbait. I mean,
Yes, clickbait.
Clickbait, yeah. So.
10 Japanese techniques for Japan
Yep,
printmaking in Tokyo. Number 5 will shock you. And you won't believe number 2. Japan, 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 Tokyo. Craft.
Cats.
Cats, Japan, Japanese cats.
Cameron, you're a genius. You're hired.
All right. Woo. Japanese printmaker destroys woodblock with facts and logic.
Is this Mr. Becker out of the
There's a mix of people, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to break this knife again for sure. Trying to carve like this. It's all your fault.
Yep. She was sleeping, having a dream. Then the octopus came by, and you won't believe what happens next. Yikes. Sure, I'm not saying it right, but looks like Sol Moon. Have you thought about making collaborations with other YouTubers? For instance, I'm watching a Japanese blogger, and he does videos about different Japanese crafts and such, so someone like that might find it interesting, but I mean, it might be an interesting collaboration, but I don't think we've done anything with outside people. Sometimes I remember people have come in with their cameras, just walked by doing a live stream or something and said,
here's the famous place. Control of our own channel ourselves. We just want to comfortably make our own content in a way that suits us.
Yeah.
And we were joking about the views and that stuff, but we're not, YouTube, we're not desperate to whatever. YouTube is an aspect of our work, daily work. We just want to do it properly, bring value to society and stuff like that. So we're... I got scared last week when it looked like the algorithm had changed and really
abandoned us
back. And I don't think I panicked, but Cameron and I started to think about, okay, if YouTube has changed, what do we do to pick up the slack somewhere else? So we quietly started to make a list of things to do. So no panic here, I think.
Computer's working hard.
Yes. That reminds me. Very, very interesting. I think Marco-san was going to be on the stream this morning. He may still be there. He may have now gone to bed.
I think I did see the name at one point.
He had the same issue as I. Our Macs were both part of that recall.
Oh, yeah.
And there was news again this morning about that. The FAA or something is finally onto this, and you're not going to be allowed onto an airplane with one of these Macs that has been recalled.
Yeah, until it's gotten fixed.
Yeah, well, that's nice. Mine is fixed, but how do you convince the TSA agent at the gate or whatever?
I was wondering that too. How are they going to enforce this rule?
They must have a list of serial numbers or something. No idea.
Yeah.
No idea. Or they stand there at the gate and log into the Apple page that shows you if your computer is one of those. I don't know. Now I have the documentation. I have the receipt from Apple, not Apple Care, but the receipt from Apple with this serial number on it showing that the battery has been recalled and replaced.
Yeah.
So if there's a sensible discussion at the airplane boarding area, I will have this in my bag when I travel to Canada next February for sure. If there's a sensible discussion, I can show that my battery was recalled or has been replaced.
Yeah.
But if there's no sensible discussion, just sorry, it's on the list, back, can't travel.
Yeah.
Then I'm hosed. That's a story I'm going to watch to see how it goes.
Yeah.
And hopefully by the time I travel in February, the issues will have been pretty much sorted out, I hope, because we're half a year ago.
Does the FAA have any authority over your flights between Japan and Canada?
I have no idea how this works. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No idea.
I think it's just a U.S.
Or is it? But it might be one of these things that's when American drug testing, whatever, drug is allowed to go in America. Other countries just pick it up from that, knowing that the testing is so strong and severe. I don't know. I don't have any data on that. But it could be rather than USA, it's like North American airspace or something.
Yeah, according to Gami says it's happening in Europe too, so the same rule.
Okay. All I can guess is by the time I fly in February, it'll be sorted out.
Yeah.
Because
are getting up in the corner, so I might
I wish.
adjust the camera. You got everyone seasick, and that's where you don't have me do handheld footage. Go on in place. Apparently he flew to Sicily today.
Marcus, huh?
Courting gummy.
With that same computer?
Not sure. Or maybe he just saw that the rule had been announced and enforced there.
It makes sense. I'm glad that, the powers that be are trying to stop us from being roasted alive and crashed. I get it. Seeing videos of those computers burning up, in the house.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm with this. Yeah. I'm on board with this. Absolutely.
Courting gummy says, nope, I have a Windows laptop. That's fine. Dave and Cameron, is there an update on stage 2 of the 8 Views of Cats project?
Again, I'm a couple of weeks behind this. We were chatting about this with the staff in the shop yesterday. Dave, why hasn't there been any updates? And it's simply been, I haven't paid much attention to it. A couple of reasons. There's been a huge ton of new entries, more than I can sort of keep track of.
Yeah.
I've been roughly clicking through them, and there's been a lot of stuff that didn't excite me, so I thought, I'll get to this later.
Yeah.
But Evelyn Sand grabbed me by the labels last night and said, Dave, look at this. Don't you think these are interesting? And I was, actually,
they are
kind of interesting. So yes, I'm sorry. It's on me right now. My problem right now is that I've got to get David's Choice number 10 video in the can, the cigar video.
Right.
So yes, I will try and put some more focus to this. I'm sorry. It's 100% me being delinquent and keeping track of stuff. 100% me.
And she even had her own, is that right? Something coming?
Evelyn is
own.
entered, yes.
Okay, cool.
So, in fact, she's in stage 2.
Oh, okay.
In fact, that was the conversation last night. That she said, "Where's all the other people from stage 2?" I'm
They're coming.
It's coming. So no, it's. I've got to get busy.
Yeah. 832 submissions. Wow.
So actually, I enlisted Evelyn last night a little bit. I gave her a link to inspect some of the submissions and said, "Evelyn, can you help me? Can you look through them and give a different viewpoint than mine?" Because as part of the discussion yesterday, I had said, "Gee, a lot of this stuff's just no good." And she said, "Show me." So I went to the list and picked up this and that. And she said, "Look, that's actually okay." And she's looking at this, and there's an interesting question. I'm the guy at the end of the line. I'm the guy, the buck stops here. I'm the guy that has to decide what to put the investment in and what I think is actually going to sell in the shop. So I get it. That's my responsibility. But the downside of that is everything goes through this filter of a one specific person, a one specific place.
Yeah, you're the gatekeeper.
And that's okay. It's my company, and that's where David's Choice came from, and that's where all these things come from.
Yeah.
The Japan Journey stuff gets filtered through me. But it really would make sense to start involving other people's viewpoints in this, of course. So she was right. So I asked her, okay, grab some, and don't just list them up. Tell me why you think these should be in, and stuff like that. So.
This person, D. Marota, maybe saying that wrong, but I mentioned the project to a friend, a pretty talented guy, just yesterday, and he seems interested in submitting. Is it too late to send in a stage 1 sketch?
No, I've got to clarify this. There's going to be basically no deadlines. Good morning, Hossam. The original thesis was that we would run this through the summer, collecting images and stuff. There's not going to be enough super high quality stuff within that time frame. So I've got to make the next announcement saying, okay, here's what we're going to do. Sometime in August and September, Dave will be choosing the few candidates for the first of the 8 themes. And then we're going to roll it over. So there will still be taking applications, I think, for the last one, clearing weather, probably a year from now or something. I've got to sort of clarify how this is going to work.
Right.
I put dots on the end of the bars that showed the time frame.
Right.
And I've got to clarify that. So I was just waiting for me now to get that out. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It says, to get more viewers, it'd probably be better to move to the just chatting category if you guys want that. But what category are we in here on Twitch? I don't even know.
We're in the, I think
Is there a craft or making stuff?
Creative makers or whatever, I forget what it's
Yeah.
called.
Got it.
It's an also understand we have a problem with the calendar there. If you look at the mail, you'll see 2 party reservations for today, but on the calendar there's nothing. And what happened was that person actually seems to have canceled by phone. And somebody they put a whiteout on the calendar and we can't see it anymore.
Instead of our normal
Instead of
scratch.
writing the word cancel. So I'm not sure what's happening at 2:30. There's a reservation at 2:30 that was made yesterday, but there's nothing on the calendar, but it looks like it's been written on and then covered out with whiteout.
Yeah, that's right.
But I have no idea, did somebody phone and cancel? There's no other email. So please, if you're doing the staff memo stuff, please tell the staff, don't ever do this. If there's a cancellation, leave the name visible, draw a line through it, and write the word cancel by phone or something like this, so that the rest of us can understand what's happened.
Okay.
But I don't know, I'm just guessing. I have no idea what happened yesterday. So. Were you involved in that at all? What the story's about? Yeah.
No. Yeah, we're currently in makers and crafting, which technically is correct, but just chatting is more general and it tends to attract more viewers. But
Well,
I think we're
today
mostly
there's-
looking for people who are interested in.
No, I don't
making.
really care. I would rather be afraid of false advertising. I mean, today before you came, there wasn't much chatting. I'm sitting here working, and those guys were sitting there doing nothing. So no, really, it isn't a full. If we did a show, it's the Cameron and Dave show, and we're going to chat about this and that. But that's sort of not what we do. So
Yeah. Today we're doing a lot more talking than is
speak
normal,
for
I
yourself.
guess.
Oh, no, okay. me too. Whatever. But it isn't always like this. So it's more fun, I guess, when it's like this. But when I'm by myself, I can't. Whatever. I do have work.
It's hard to do making and crafting while also
Chatting, yeah,
just
yeah,
chatting.
So I'm not sure. I know. Point taken, and let's think about it, Karen. I don't know. Again, I don't know the Twitch ecosystem well enough to really know how we fit in.
Yeah. Can't choose 2 categories, primary and secondary.
You can or you can't?
Can't, probably.
Oh, so he's suggesting we move to just chatting. I don't think I would do that.
John Decker jumps in. If we had 500 people and most of them were flooding the chat with, what is this? It would be pretty awful.
Yeah. So I'm in no hurry to grow this. I'm not a. I like it. The idea that this is here for people that come across it.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, this looks kind of cool. I'd like to watch this for a while. I think that's the best approach.
Yeah.
Come on, we don't need 100,000 viewers here. We'll destroy the thing.
Yeah.
I am not ninja.
Who has abandoned Twitch?
Yeah, for Microsoft. That was a fun story.
Yeah. Wait that one. I think if we hold it up against the light, we can see what it's
I tried it. Can you get it?
It doesn't look like English.
No, it's a Japanese. The name in the reservation system is Japanese,
Okay.
which matches the idea that it was probably a cancellation by phone.
Oh, I think I did hear Shiba-san talk about this. Yes. Someone was going to come from Gunma today.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday she said tomorrow they were going to come from Gunma. But they got worried about the typhoon, which hasn't shown up. So they canceled. So it probably is that person from Gunma.
So all it is whoever did the whiteout thing, we've got to tell that person, make sure all staff understands.
Yeah.
Just leave a paper
So
trail.
we know what's happened.
Leave a paper trail. And actually, I think it was Evelyn actually, because I remember as I was sitting here hearing her, she was looking for the whiteout. Where's the whiteout? Where's the whiteout? And I didn't say anything because I didn't know what was going on. But,
Oh no, she was looking for the whiteout for one of the address forms. That was another thing. But we got that worked out too. They're just being funny. John Becker saying, I remember when watching Dave's stream was still cool.
how long is your beard getting?
Yeah.
Are you going to join me in the rocking chair here? Be careful when you say those things, man. You date yourself, not just me.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. I don't know. Sounds like an advertising
Me and
slogan.
John Becker, we go way back in the 1980s, you know. He used to come round, I was in Ome, back when our webcam was one shot every 8 seconds.
Every 8 seconds.
He used to watch me and my cat, Boots.
Boots.
We streamed back before you young kids knew what the word meant.
Was it really a single shot every 8 seconds?
Yeah.
Wow.
We called it a webcam, it wasn't called
Right.
a stream, it was called a webcam.
Yeah, the internet has changed. I remember Boots, he says.
Is he speaking with the right accent?
Yeah. Will John be whittling while saying this?
In a rocking chair, you know.
Yeah.
He came to see me with one of those, film cameras.
Wow. Film camera.
He and I go back, way back.
Dreamy Robot asks something relevant. Roughly how long does one print take to complete? Totally depends on the size of the wood, how many impressions, how many copies you're going to make, and how much time you spend on it each day.
Yeah, much detail, of course.
Yeah.
It's just asking
Hard
me
to
this
say.
kind of question. So.
But you did 100 poets over the course of 10 years.
Yeah, one a month. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So, sitting on albums, one a month,
1 month.
or 10 a year with vacations.
Right.
It all depends. A woodblock print has just many possible ramifications.
Mm-hmm.
This
And then-
Octopus print would have just been maybe a month's work or something, or not even a month's work if it's all I had to do.
Yeah. But then other times you can see in our history or on YouTube, a couple of prints have been done in a single sitting.
Ah, yeah.
So there's a wide range in how long.
We're
prints can
publishing
take.
new work one a month. That's our subscription series.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing other work as well, but always once a month. Click, 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 click. We publish a new print, but that's not the single person making it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the teamwork.
Yeah. John Beck says, no, it was a digital camera, 3 megapixel Fuji.
Really, back in where we were 1992 or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Based on my print party, it was just 1 hour.
Print one copy of one 5-color print, yes, plus coffee break.
Yeah. Thanks, John. Someone asked, how did you get interested in woodblock printmaking? And he shared the YouTube story, the beginnings video.
Ah, super. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to get more of those done. No, the next one in that series will have to be about the Poets series.
Yeah.
Don't know when I can get to that. Crap, I don't.
When does beginnings become middles?
I have no idea. No idea what to do. It wasn't really planned as a series. And I don't know what to do. I'm also scared of those videos because they're non-scripted. They're just sitting there talking to the camera.
Yeah.
And I'm getting, the more viewers they get, the more I get scared about trying to make one.
Make it again.
The beginnings, number 2, actually, it was 3. I made the thing 3 times.
That's right.
The whole thing, to start to finish, I made it 3 times.
Did you use pieces of all 3 takes, or just choose the third one's the one I want?
They were weeks apart, different haircut, different shape, different
okay.
feeling. Parts of the script were changed. So I really worked on it. I tried to do it carefully and coolly and naturally, and got through it, but failed. And then just rewrote it and tried to do it. But because there's no script, I don't know, I should just maybe script one of them and try and read it and pretend that I'm not reading a script. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems I can get away with that, A lot of the videos, the David's Choice videos, are completely scripted.
Yeah.
I'm reading a teleprompter, and yet most people don't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
So I could maybe try and do that with one of the Rambo stories. The Rambo stories are index card scripted. There's an index card. It's on the teleprompter, but it's just point. That's
mention this, mention
yeah,
this, mention
and
this.
then it's point what you should be going to next. So while I'm blah, 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 I have an idea where I'm sort of going to next. The Ito-san story, it was index cards pasted on the wall, and I missed one of them during the course of the story.
You've got another video to make.
But the two beginnings videos are index cards on teleprompter. And the David's Choice stories are scripted on the teleprompter. So I should maybe try one of the rambles, because I'm so scared of it. I should maybe just try writing a full script for the next ramble and putting it up and just pretend that I'm not really reading this. No, I'm not reading this. No, don't read it. I'm not reading this. And I can maybe get away, look away often enough.
Yeah.
And you know,
Apparently the beginnings video is 1 year and 1 day old today.
really? Beginnings number 1? Or?
Looks like it, yeah. So yesterday was its anniversary.
Really, I'm scared of it. I'm really honestly scared of it. I'm sorry. You know, that's the downside of the growth in the YouTube channel. And so
People are actually watching these things.
they're watching these things, and you've seen some of the comments. Some of the comments are like, "Oh my God, do I really want to be involved in that person's life so much, affecting that person's life?" I have real mixed feelings about all this stuff. Right? It's really, on the one hand, you know, good for me and heartwarming for me to get effusive praise.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us would like to have this, of course, you know. But it also, it's
Nerve-wracking.
yeah, not disturbing. It's, I don't know. It's a little bit like the same feeling. I can't remember this clearly. You have your first kid. You're holding that kid there, you know, and you knew it was coming. For 9 months, you've known this was coming, but there you are, and you think like, what's just happened to me? You know, like I can't just put this down and walk away. You know, I don't know what actual words
What do I
you're
do
thinking.
next?
You know, now what do I do? You know,
Yeah.
now what do I do? And there's this thing that is totally, absolutely dependent on me, and I don't want to be in this position.
Yeah.
You know, and yet you do, because it's.
Yeah.
I'm over dramatizing this, but in a sense, we're looking at the same territory, just in a bit of a smaller way. I don't
John
want
says, you're telling a heartfelt story. It's going to have an effect on people.
I know, so this is it. So I'm not complaining. I'm just describing how this is doubling back and having an effect on me at the end of this, you know. So.
Frozen Runner says, we need the paper story, by the way, that happened during a Twitch stream. I don't know what this person might be referring to. We use paper every day, so there's probably lots of paper stories.
Give me a hint.
Some more details.
So, give me a hint.
Yeah.
I used to deliver newspapers when I was a kid. I don't think it's worth a story. Yeah, the little old lady I used to deliver to, that's a story. Oh my God.
El Raj-san says, what say you, Dave? Adachi prints worse than they were?
I'm not in touch with what's coming out of their studio on a day-by-day basis. Yeah. I have seen, we own samples of their prints from different eras, Taisho, early Showa, mid-Showa. I have seen in museum shops examples of prints that come out of their workshop a couple of years ago. I haven't seen it in recent years that were a travesty.
Yeah.
But I've also seen, if you go to their website and look at the pictures, they do that series of modern prints. You know, they're trying to hook up with modern artists in a little way. They're sort of trying to do something for the future, making them all limited editions and God, whatever. And the stuff that's on their website looks cleanly scanned and cleanly made and whatever.
Yeah.
But my experience in the museum shops is the Adachi sample on the wall. Oh my God, I gotta see this, fabulous. You ask to see them, the girl brings it out, you open it up, and it's
it looks totally different.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not desperately in touch with it. My general knowledge of the situation is that their level of publications these days is far lower than what it used to be. That's sort of all I know. Yeah. And by seeing that example, the sample on the wall in their shop compared with the sample they bring up for sale being so different, we don't do that here. We really don't do that here. We really, really try hard to make sure that what you see is what you get, and that the batch of prints from the printers, although not identical in the scientific molecular level, that we're not, you know, showing a nice sample and selling shit. You know, and they apparently are. So, quote me, whatever. I don't know what's happening with that recently.
Person Runner says it was about paper and the new paper.
Well, the ongoing
it's been a while ago
It is. There's no developments. I know Sawaki-san is waiting for me to test his paper more carefully. We're waiting for him to come up with a different formulation. It's, in a sense, it's sleeping a little bit because we're both so freaking busy and we're trying to rebuild the bridge while the cars are going across it, you know. And the reason there's a lack of panic on it at the moment is that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there was a huge panic. Our basic paper maker had reformulated the way they did it, and it was a
Not working out.
emergency. He has reformulated it based on not just our feedback, but on everybody in this country.
Yeah.
So our paper is at the moment, it's come back to normal. We are, quote, okay, ...
Yeah.
Which has taken a bit of the edge off the idea of looking for another paper maker.
Yeah.
But we really should still be doing that, I'm sorry. Just too much going on, I'm sorry. So no, it's too early for the paper story to be told in its entirety. It's still an ongoing story.
It's still live news.
So what you should have asked me was, what's the story about the washi rather than the paper? I would have
Yeah.
understood it, so.
Do woodblock prints always have Honko signatures? No. Many of ours do not have any signature or stamp or anything. Any show and tell today, they're asking? It's 9:26, by the way.
9:26 already?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've got something I can show. It's not an official, like, look at this wonderful, glorious old print we got thing, but there's something to show people. The package of prints came.
Oh.
I know. 9:26, really?
Well,
That's
no,
what I get.
9:27.
I shut Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Oh, you're already sent down.
This package of prints came while I was in Omet.
From whom?
From Kanai-san,
Oh, okay.
one of our printers. This is not old exotic stuff from the depths of a dealer's treasure house.
Yeah.
This is...
Ohio
Hey, good
gozaimasu.
morning, hello. These are brand new prints. Kanai-san are the young lady who's printing for us for 4 or 5 years now, I guess. Yeah, she was starting just as we were starting in Saks here, so 5 years. She's printing for us in her home out in Nagano. She divorced her husband a while ago, left Tokyo, took her kid out to the countryside to live with her mother, and has become a printing machine.
Yes.
Has become a literal printing machine for us. I sent her this batch of paper a while ago, and she has come through nicely. She's done a good job under the strong handicap of not having a good sample, because I couldn't find it. I couldn't find one anywhere. We sold out, even though there was a...
So do we keep one of these as the new sample?
I'm going to. There will be one that has like a chili dot or something in it.
Yeah.
And she has done a nice job. And these are to die for.
Yeah, wow.
When you look at this image if you go to ukiway.org and look up all the different variations of this that Doi Honda published over the years, my God, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And when we published it a few years ago, published it using the old blocks.
Right.
We didn't carve this. This is the blocks we get from the Doi Honda company.
Right.
With one qualification. The sky block for this one was totally split.
Yeah.
And could not be wedged. It was totally split. So I carved a new sky block for this, which has now become part of the set of prints. And we have done a nice job. There's good mist, there's good cloud level with brightness behind it. And some of the old versions are just awful. They just put the sky right down, put this right down. No mist, no drama, nothing on the lake. And we've done a really nice job of it.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's tough that these blocks have to go in the back.
Yeah.
A couple of them, they're all solid wood blocks. And these are 100 years old, right? Not quite 100. What's the date? Get your calendars out.
Showa Juichi.
What's the Showa 11? Here we go again.
The mid-20s.
Showa 26, when I was born, is 1951.
Okay.
So this is Showa 11, which is
15
15
years
years.
before that.
So 15 years before 1951. So this is 1936.
36, okay. It's mid-bit.
So it's not 100 years yet, but it's getting on for 100 years old, these blocks. And the cute story, which we sometimes tell in the shop here about this one, is that this is an old Doi Honga set of blocks. And we've got the embossment that says so, carving by Harada, printing by our printer Kanai-san. But the Harada set of blocks is a repaired set of blocks. So this was 1936, but when Harada-san was working for them in the 1950s, he's already cleaning and recutting some of the blocks. Maybe he did a new key block, we don't know.
Yeah.
And then I've done a new sky block. So this is one of those Theseus ship
Collaborative
stories,
work.
so. It's the original set of blocks with original in quotation marks.
Yeah.
And the cool part about the story is Harada-san must have carved these blocks on his carving bench. And I did the new sky block on my carving bench, which is hot out of science, old cutting edge. So
Yeah.
it's a nice little twist to what this is all about.
Yeah.
Anyway, my-son has done a very nice job. I'm going to go through these today under the scope. There might be little dots, ticks here, and some of the prints may have too much bark in the
Yeah.
paper. But overall, she has done a very, very nice job.
We mark this as available online again.
Yes, of course. Well, here they are.
Yeah.
I got to check them today, send them to Ome.
Great.
So it'll be a few days before they come to for shipping.
Right.
There's no reason to hold back and put
Okay.
them online. So there's a couple of them have little tiny dots. Yeah. And she's also come through just in time.
Yeah.
You know, the danger of mold. So I phoned her when I got these and told her about the issues that we've been having. And she says, well, I'm okay. And I said, yeah, you're not okay. Let's check this really carefully. And, hopefully she's going to pay attention to me, perhaps.
Yeah.
I see.
Does she freeze it still like we do here in
I
the
chatted with her and she says, no. It's a
Interesting.
lot cooler up there where she is,
True.
but I'm a bit worried about this. So anyway, I told her to talk to Susan, to phone Susan and talk to her today. And share some experience. And she's cut the corner off these, which means she thinks they have an issue. Oh yeah, it doesn't quite match. Maybe I don't know. Don't know. Have to hunt around and see what's going on. Anyway, there they are. So again, it's not an actual old-fashioned show and tell. But there we are. And I think I gave her 80 sheets. So we have 80 beautiful, beautiful prints to go out. And we might also think about the price and what we're paying the printer. I don't know. I don't think I want to raise the price of this just now.
Okay. Order today.
Anyway, there we are.
Yep.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. All right. What's the schedule here? Cameron said today is, I don't even know what day of the week is. It's Thursday.
Thursday.
We're on the summer schedule, which is streaming Monday, Thursday, Saturday. So the next stream will be 2 days from now, Saturday morning.
Yep.
Cameron won't be here. He's off family time, all that stuff. So I'll put the camera probably outside on the street, unless it's like pouring rain or something, and we can't do that.
Like it did on and off yesterday.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was
summer.
crazy.
But it was summer crazy. It was okay.
Yeah.
Nothing unexpected. You know.
Right.
Keep an umbrella handy, gang.
Yeah.
Keep an umbrella handy. Even when you think, nah, I'm totally
Nah.
okay.
Yep.
Totally okay. Keep an umbrella handy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here, Cameron. We got a ton of work to do. I got a ton of work to do. See you 48 hours from now, minus 90 minutes.
Yep. We will
Saturday morning.
see you.
Thanks for watching, guys. All 4 of you.
I'll